You know this person. Maybe you are this person. They will spend 3 hours trying to figure something out alone before they even consider asking someone who already knows the answer. They will carry every weight, solve every problem, fight every battle in silence. And when someone asks if they need help, they smile and say, "I am fine. I have got it. Do not worry about me." Society looks at this person and calls them strong, calls them independent, calls them admirable. But psychology looks at the same person and asks a very different question. Where did you learn that needing help was not allowed? Here is the reframe that changes everything. For most people who never ask for help, this is not confidence. It is conditioning. Somewhere along the way, something or someone taught them that needing others was dangerous, that vulnerability was weakness, that the only safe person to rely on was themselves. And they learned that lesson so well, they are still living by it decades later, even when it's costing them everything. Psychologists call this hyperindependence. And it is not a personality trait you're born with. It is a coping mechanism you develop in response to an environment where depending on others felt unsafe, unreliable, or humiliating. Maybe you grew up in a home where asking for help was met with irritation. Maybe the people who were supposed to show up for you consistently did not. Maybe you learned early that the only way to guarantee something got done was to do it yourself. Your nervous system registered that lesson and never forgot it. This connects directly to what attachment researchers call an avoidant attachment style. People with this pattern learned in childhood that expressing needs led to rejection, dismissal, or emotional unavailability from caregivers. So they adopted. They stopped expressing needs altogether. They became fiercely self-reliant, not because they wanted to, but because it was the only strategy that felt safe. And here is what makes it so invisible. It looks like strength from the outside. It feels like survival from the inside. But here's where it gets really interesting. Research by Dr. Brené Brown on shame and vulnerability found that the inability to ask for help is almost always rooted in shame, not the obvious burning kind of shame, the quiet, chronic kind that whispers, "If people see that you cannot handle this, they will think less of you. They will see you as a burden. They will leave. So you handle it alone, not because you want to, but because the alternative feels too risky to even consider." And the cost of this is enormous. Studies on social support consistently show that people who regularly ask for help have lower stress levels, stronger immune systems, better mental health outcomes, and deeper relationships. The act of asking for help is not just practical. It is biological.
Humans are wired for interdependence. We literally heal faster, think more clearly, and live longer when we allow others in. The person who never asks for help is not just carrying extra weight. They are cutting themselves off from one of the most powerful resources available to them. There is also a hidden irony that nobody talks about. People who never ask for help often become the person everyone else asks for help. They are the reliable one, the strong one, the one who holds it all together. And they do it willingly, because helping others feels safe in a way that being helped does not. Giving feels like strength, receiving feels like debt. But underneath that dynamic is an exhaustion so deep it rarely has words. They are running on empty and telling everyone the tank is full. Now here's the part that matters for people on the outside looking in. If someone in your life never asks for help, stop waiting for them to ask. They are not going to. Not because they don't need it, but because the ask itself feels impossible. The most powerful thing you can do is offer specifically, not a general "let me know if you need anything." That gives them the option to decline, and they will take it every time. Instead, say, "I'm bringing dinner on Thursday," or "let me take a look at that for you." Specificity removes the burden of asking, and sometimes that's the only way in. And if you are the person who never asks for help, this is not a character flaw. This is a strategy that kept you safe when you needed it most, but you are not in that environment anymore. The people who taught you that needing help was weakness were wrong. Asking for help is not what weak people do. It's what honest people do. It's what people do when they trust someone enough to let them in. And that kind of trust is not weakness. It is one of the bravest things a human being can offer another person. You have been strong for a long time. It's okay to put some of it down. If this hits somewhere real, subscribe, because the next video goes even deeper into the psychology of the patterns most people never realize are running their entire lives. And trust me, you're going to want to see it.